All right, in today's video, we are going to be doing a quick and easy tutorial on how to create an eye makeup look with hooded eyes. This video has come highly requested by a few of my followers, and so I thought I would go ahead and do that today. So the first thing I want to talk about is hooded eyes have a bad stigma, and they shouldn't. We all are unique, and we have, things about us that are different from others. And the hooded eye doesn't have to be this bad thing. It's just knowing and learning how to apply the eyeshadow so that it flatters the hooded eye. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump on in. Okay, first things first. With a hooded eye, and I myself personally, it's not a full hooded eye, but this piece, and a lot of women as we get older, this piece starts to kind of like come down and drag. And so this tutorial is really gonna help obviously all ages of women, because if you have a hooded eye, it will help you, but even women who are in their late 40s going into 50s like myself, where you're starting to get a little bit of a droop, and you can kind of see mine. So the first thing is a don't, okay? Do not just slap some shadow on your lid and call it a day, okay? That is gonna look very patchy and not flattering. And what it's actually gonna do is it's actually gonna make your eye look more closed, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna show you is what you do wanna do. So in any eyeshadow look, you always wanna start with a transition shade. So I'm gonna actually be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, Orange Soda. It's just like a very, actually no, I take that back. I'm gonna mix it with this one. So Orange Soda and Burnt Orange, because the one I'm gonna go into next is very similar to that, a little bit darker. So I wanna kinda, mute it a little bit. So first things first, you dab a little bit on your brush. And when you first start out, you're gonna be applying in your transition shade. You wanna hold it back on your brush towards the end, because if you go too close, it's gonna actually put more product on your eye, and it's gonna be harder to blend out later. So always start off way back, and the first thing that you wanna do is you wanna blend up as high as possible in your crease, and I'm gonna show you right now. Do not blend right in the crease, because again, it will be super patchy. So the first thing you do is you start with the transition shade, and you're gonna blend high. See how I do that? You're gonna blend like this, and then turn in circular motions on the corner like that, okay? I know it looks super light, but we're gonna build it up. So same thing here. Because the reason why is if you go too low, you will not be able to see the shadow because your eye is hooded. And that's the purpose. Basically what you're doing is you're creating a crease that can be seen. Because if you have a hooded eye, you can't see your crease. And so by going up higher, you're actually like creating a crease. Okay, so now we're gonna just darken it up a little bit more. See how I'm just going high? And you also wanna blow it out like this. So flicking it out. Because the problem is if you don't and you go down, it's gonna make your eye look closed off if you were to like blend down. So do not do that. Make sure you blend up like that. All right, we're almost done with the transition shade. I'm gonna do one more on this side, and see how I'm kind of coming down but flicking out, okay? And then blend. And this shadow is gonna be like our blending shadow as we start to add darker shadows, okay? All right, so the next thing you do is you start putting it in your actual physical crease, okay? But what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that you go just a tiny bit above your crease, whereas someone that doesn't have a hooded eye, they would wanna go directly in. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm not gonna go all the way down, I'm gonna go in the middle this time, because when I'm going into the crease, I do want it to put more shadow there. Now you'll see when we darken the outer corner, we'll actually go closer because we wanna put more product. All right, so now we're gonna start to go in the crease. So I kinda will corner and then up like this. So we're basically just darkening the crease, but going up a little bit, not as high as the last time, but a little bit more. And then into the corner, flick out, and then up into the crease. So you'll actually fill the socket, but you'll want to go just a tad bit higher than that. See how blown out and pretty the shadow looks? And another don't when it comes to a hooded eye, well, let me tell you about, I'm not gonna say don't. You can use a shimmer, but you gotta be very careful that it's a lighter shimmer and you keep it as low as possible, because what's gonna happen is it's gonna transfer up here when your hood comes down. And that's what happens to me sometimes. Because I have a partially hooded eye, I love shimmers, by the way. And so one of my favorite looks is a cut crease. Now for someone with a hooded eye, cut crease isn't the wisest thing, because a cut crease is where you just like put the color right in the crease and then use something to like blot out the actual lid, and then you put a shimmer on the lid. So it looks like you got this crease color and then the shimmer, and it's very sharp. But a lot of times when I do that, the shimmer will transfer up here and it's kind of annoying. So if you are someone who loves shimmers and you have a hooded eye, I'm gonna show you how to do it. But definitely a matte eye look does look better on someone that has a hooded eye. So now I'm gonna shift back over here, just add a little bit more. See how I'm just building up the color? Build up, build up, build up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go back with the original color to just blend it all out. See how that looks? A very beautiful blown out look. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with the original 2 shades and just kind of blend it. I'm just gonna look down, guys, because I'm looking in my mirror. I feel like it's easier than looking into the camera. Okay. So you honestly could just leave it like that. I honestly like a darker corner, but if you just want something quick, easy to go, this is what you do with a hooded eye. And so I want you to practice this. Practice, just take your time. Remember, you start holding back, use a lighter shade, go up as high as possible. Second step, go a little bit darker, go into your crease, move up halfway, and then just go a little bit higher than your crease. And then the final step that I like to do, because I like a dark corner, is you want to get just a small pencil brush. See how it's very dense and pointed. This is a pencil brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of dark to it, and then I'm going to just kind of tap it off so it doesn't make a mess. And then I'm going to look down in my mirror. So you still want to go up, you don't want to come down, but I usually will just kind of start by coming in, almost creating like an eyeliner line, and then flick it up, and then just kind of in a little bit, just to kind of create a little dark V. And then I'll do some more, flick it up, and then bring in, and just slowly just kind of like blend it out. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the other eye. Go in, kind of create a line, flick up. So it's almost like I'm creating a wing with my shadow, and then just bringing in. Add a little bit more. And you can probably see how patchy it is, because dark colors can really do that. But I'm going to show you how we blend it out in the end. I'm just going to kind of go this way, look up. It seems that this side is the side that's not blending as good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second shade that I used, because usually with dark colors you want to blend it out with another like color that's a little bit darker, just not as dark. See how that's blending out nicely? And sometimes depending on like how good the shadow blends, like this particular one is not blending very well. So I just have to play around with it. And even sometimes if it's too dense of a brush, it just won't look right. So I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit more of a fluffy brush and just kind of fluff the dark shadow on there. There we go, that looks good. See how that just kind of like blends it out a little bit more? Makes it look more blown out, which I love a blown out look on the eye. I think a blown out eye look on hooded eyes looks the best. Just gonna touch it up a little bit more, just because there was just a spot that was empty of color. Okay. All right, so if all else fails, blend, blend, blend until your arm falls off. That's what I tell everybody. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Some last minute blending. But yeah, that is a blown out smoky eye for hooded eyes. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and blow out the, or smoke out the bottom. And I'm just gonna use those first two orange shades that I used. And I'm not gonna do any dark colors on the bottom. I just wanna keep it very light under here. All right, so you could literally stop your eye look here. However, I am gonna add a shimmer so you can see what to do with the shimmer if you have a hooded eye. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this really pretty gold color. And I'm just gonna go on a flat brush, just kind of right at the tip, not on the whole thing. And then I'm gonna stay low, remember? So I'm just gonna kind of go like this and just keep it low so it doesn't transfer. See, it just adds a little bit of a shimmer. Nothing too extreme. Just very soft, see? Soft and subtle. Feeling like this brown's not wanting to blend. It also could totally be my lighting, so, but yeah, no, that looks good. All right, so that's it, guys, for this easy hooded eye tutorial. Let me know in the description box, I mean in the comments, what you would like to see next. Thank you so much for joining today, and if you have any questions, you can also message me in the comments as well. And so I'll see you in my next video. Bye. All right, I'm back. So I thought we would have a little bit of fun. After I finished filming, I thought, you know what, let me jump back on here. I want to hear your comments. I want to give everybody 5 seconds to go into the comment box and vent about all the things that you do not like about your hooded eye. Just get it out, say it out loud, and then I want you to think back and reflect on this video and think about how it's all about your perception. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. It is what you think about yourself. And my goal on my channel is to make sure that people have self-care, self-love, and joy in life. And those are the 3 things that I think are the most important. And my hopes is that my videos are able to do that for you and show you that life doesn't have to be about everything you put in your head about who you think you are. You are beautiful, you are unique, and God loves you. So see you in my next video. Bye.